Let's just go. I'll start it off. Welcome, guys, to the Baldy podcast. This is Colter Williams with you. This is like the first time I've done an intro in like a long time. Alongside me in virtual space is the legendary, the epic, the WWE champion, B. Baker Cake, Brandon Baker.
Wow.
You're welcome for that epic intro.
It was quite something, Colter.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Today is March 28th, 2015.
It sure is.
And in today's podcast, we are going to talk about some weird news from the Huffington Post. We'll bring that segment back from the dead, where it probably belonged.
I might agree with that statement.
We, of course, have some birthdays to get to.
Yep.
And Colter is going to talk about a certain rock.
I like rocks. A lot.
All right. So, Colter, it has been a week since we did our last podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we just put out our last podcast yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And now that you've had a week to reflect on being 22 years old, what kind of advice could you give to everyone who is 21 about to turn 22?
22 is probably the biggest birthday you'll ever have, mainly because of it'll be your golden birthday, first of all, and it's the first real step into manhood. And then you realize, man, I am still living in the basement of my parents' house, and 22 years old, and it's time for me to move out. There's a lot of clarities that come forth in the aging process of 22. So, yeah, quite fascinating indeed. How do you feel? Almost been a year since you turned 22.
Well, I've lost a lot more hair since I turned 22.
You have. This seems like a good year for hair loss for you. So congratulations.
I listen to Taylor Swift a lot more.
Good. That's very good.
I'm not as afraid to talk on the phone as I was when I was 21.
That's good. Maybe? What? How did you conquer that fear?
Working at a telemarketing job.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, all those things culminate into a nice 22-year-old man's life.
Man-child.
So anyways, Colter, is that all you have for those 21-year-olds?
Yeah. But
not a lot of hope.
In full truth, there's nothing different at all. 22 is the most useless number that I've ever aged to so far.
All right. Do you have any goals you'd like to get to?
I want to, get my own place, first of all. Lose some weight, possibly, too. I'm getting pretty chubby.
Yeah, you're all right.
And, those are two things I'd like to accomplish this year.
Do you think you can do that?
Maybe. I have high hopes. So, yeah, I think it's possible.
All right. Well, we're with you, Colter.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, listeners.
Let's get us some birthdays.
Yeah, birthday.
All right, Colter. First off, we have pop singer Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, she is gonna be, I'm guessing, 29 years old.
29 years old is indeed
wait,
correct.
Are you kidding?
I believe I told you that the other day, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's in my brain.
But it's okay. Next up, we have Reba McEntire.
Reba. She's old. I'm gonna guess she is turning 62.
60 years old. Next up, we have former reality TV star and of John and Kate Plus 8. Remember that show?
I do.
With Kate Gosselin.
She is gonna be, let me see, 35.
40 years old today.
Holy crap! Has it really been that long since that show was on?
It's been a while. They've been divorced for a long time now.
That's so weird. Alright.
Yeah.
Next one.
So apparently having 8 kids is not the best for marriage.
No. Looks wise, she looks pretty great though.
Oh, I will let her know that, and maybe you guys can hook up.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I don't know if I could handle 8 kids though. That's not something that I like.
Next up, we have famous movie actor Vince Vaughn.
I love Vince Vaughn. He is gonna be.
Did you know he was born in Minnesota?
I did not know that. That's actually really cool.
I'll find out where, but.
He's gonna be 48. That might be a little
45
high.
years old.
Oh, he's the same age as my mom.
How about that?
It's pretty neat.
Couple more. We have Oakland Raiders quarterback Derek Carr.
Ooh, he is gonna be 27.
23 years old.
Oh, he's so young. I didn't realize he was that little still.
And then finally we have TV mom April Margera, mom of Bam.
Oh, okay. Bam's mom.
She played Ape on the TV show Jackass and made a book out of her TV experience.
She is gonna be 55.
59 years old.
Oh, happy birthday, Bam's mom.
Did you watch a lot of Jackass? I know you didn't have TV, but...
Yeah, I did. I mean, I've seen all the movies, plus, like, most of the episodes, so yeah, a lot of it.
Vince Vaughn was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Okay.
So...
Neat. Happy birthday, Vince.
Oh, what good timing.
The end of the birthday song.
Song's over, which means...
So I got one right, and that was probably because you probably told me in it. And then, otherwise I was close on a couple.
So yeah, here's the thing.
Not very close on a couple others. So congratulations, me.
Every morning I listen to my radio show, the early morning show with Jason Manning and Scott Savage on 105.5 KQDS Classic Rock, and they do their own variation of birthdays. And yesterday morning, I think it was, Lady Gaga was on there, and I guess 29. And she was 29. Oh,
yeah, you did tell me. Okay, I remember.
So then I told you, yeah, she was 29.
Interesting. So wait, yesterday was her birthday?
It said today was, so I don't know why. Well, today's Saturday, and they don't have a show on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So hence, I'm doing it Friday.
That makes sense.
But we get the weekends, their birthdays, on the weekend.
We sure do.
So... Did you want to get into some weird news? I think you'll appreciate these stories.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think possibly one of the most famous actors of all time now, I think you could consider The Rock. Because everyone knows who he is. He's in, like, biggest blockbusters, Fast and the Furious. He's in G.I. Joe. He's one of the best wrestlers of all time, but he's been in a lot of TV shows, like little cameos that I think most people haven't noticed. So you didn't watch Disney Channel as a kid?
No.
You were a Nickelodeon guy. Did you happen to watch shows like That 70s Show?
No.
Oh. Did you watch Star Trek?
Of course.
Okay, there we go. I'm just kidding. I know you didn't. But, so, yeah, he's in 2007, he was in Hannah Montana. There's actually, Miley Cyrus, like, painted his fingernails and stuff and made him look all pretty. He was also in a show called You Again. He had a little cameo in it. I've never actually even heard of You Again, but he was definitely in it. And then he was in Star Trek Voyager in 2000. And there's like the video of this, of all the stuff he's been in, and he looks like, watching him age throughout time how did he get more ripped?
The Rock looks... I watched WrestleMania 30 on the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month. And the first segment of WrestleMania 30 was Hulk Hogan came out, and then Stone Cold came out, and then The Rock came out. And The Rock is ripped to shreds.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He was also in Reno 911, which, watching the cameo from that was really, really funny. He, like, drops a grenade, and a live grenade, and he's like, oh, it's all right, we got 10 seconds. He bends over to pick it up, and he kicks it, and he goes to pick it up again, and he dies. That was his cameo. It was really funny looking, though. He's got, like, really short hair.
People were excited for The Rock to be in the thing, and then they were quickly disappointed that he died.
Yes, he didn't last long at all. But, it's cool that Rock has turned, and like his cameo was so small in Star Trek that it was ridiculous, and now if he was in Star Trek, it'd probably be a pretty major thing. But Star Trek isn't going anymore as a TV show, so.
How come? Just kidding.
They're talking about starting it up again, but I don't think The Rock will be in it. But you never know. He might surprise you. But he will be in Fast 7 coming out next month. Did you know the people that made Fast 7 are predicting it's going to be the biggest movie ever?
I did hear that.
That's a pretty bold statement. It has to beat out Frozen, which is impossible.
And Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 is not out yet, but it will have to at some point. And the Avengers.
It will. Yeah, all those movies.
But yeah, that was one of the coolest things I read. How about you?
What about me?
What do you have? You gotta have something.
Regarding what?
I don't know, life. So what other articles do you have to talk about, Brandon?
Page 2, weird news from the Huffington Post. I'll just get into this, like I was going to at the first place. So here's the thing. I'll preface this by saying to all the young folks out there, do not do this. Headlined: Dad eats daughter's pot brownies, thinks he's having a stroke.
I did read that this morning, actually. That's pretty funny.
Well, here's the thing. Here, let me read an excerpt from this before I get your reaction, Colter. A 50-year-old Michigan dad called emergency workers Wednesday morning after he ate several marijuana-filled brownies and had no idea what was happening to his body and mind, the Detroit Free Press reports. The father thought he was having a stroke. The man's 17-year-old daughter allegedly admitted to cops that she baked goods containing marijuana. She said she left them out because she figured no one would touch them, according to the smoking gun. Her father did go to the hospital but has been released and is doing fine. So...
talk about accidental high.
I don't believe if you leave a thing of brownies sitting out that you can't simply just not touch them.
Yeah, really. What stupid person would leave brownies around? Like, if I ever see a brownie, I don't care whose it is, I will probably shove it in my mouth.
Well, we have customers bringing in like baked goods all the time.
I eat them.
And Colter doesn't question where they came from or what's in them.
Okay, so you haven't eaten any of those?
I have, but I have to think about it.
Well, I usually think about it for like 5 seconds. I mean, if I see like this dude, like most intimidating guy ever, he's missing an eye and a leg and an arm and a toe, and he brings in a bunch of like a cake or something, I'm probably not going to eat it. That's kind of profiling, but I mean, it's...
You ate that elderly lady's like ice. What were those things?
I don't know.
Remember that Sunday you worked? That lady who walks everywhere?
Oh, with their little walker?
Yeah.
Those were donuts.
No, they were like sugar donuts that she put in a plastic bag, like, because she wanted her container so she could bring it home.
Yeah, she's brought in food many times though, hasn't she?
for sure, yeah, but...
She's like, make sure you guys all have some now.
But she knows that lady. Char knows that lady, and she doesn't eat her food.
Char doesn't eat her food?
No, she throws it away.
Are you serious?
So I hope she doesn't listen to this, that lady.
Oh, that'd be weird if she did. I didn't know that. That is... Why wouldn't it... no one told me that. They were good, and I'm still alive.
You are?
But, yeah, that's weird.
I don't know what's going to happen to that daughter, but...
She probably won't get in much trouble. Probably more trouble from her parents than the law.
It's in Michigan, so pot is illegal there.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Here's another one for you guys. Man arrested for skipping jury duty 11 times. A Pennsylvania man who skipped out on jury duty 11 times in the last 2 years has been arrested inside a courthouse while seeking relief from a child support ruling. Somerset County Judge D. Gregory Geary told 32-year-old Owen Fazenbacher...
Those are quite the names. Those are terrible names.
On Monday that he found it ironic that Fazenbacher could find his way to court... Made the
popcorn?
It's Redbacher. At Fazenbacher... I gotta be careful when I say that. But Fazenbacher...
You man.
could find his way to a court for that, but not for jury duty. Fazenbacher promised to serve on future juries if the judge would not impose a $500 fine and 10 days in jail for each time he has missed jury duty.
Oh.
So that would be 110 days in jail.
That would definitely kind of stink. That's
and then finally, then the Daily American reports that the judge said that Stoystown man, could avoid a 7-day jail term if he pays a $500 fine. So I have one question from this article. What would you rather do? Pay $500 or spend a week in jail?
You have to pay when you're in jail, though. Like, for your time there, so...
Let's say... Do you? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let's say like you don't have to.
Okay, then I don't know. How long? A week?
A week, yeah. A week in jail or $500 fine.
That's actually a pretty tough one. I'd probably just pay the $500 fine, because I would rather not... I don't want to be fondled.
You have a nice stay in jail. You can't call anybody, and...
So if I drop the soap, I don't have to be worried or anything?
No, you're in a nice place.
Oh, then yeah, then I'll definitely take jail. It'll be like a vacation.
Okay, I pay the $500, and here's why. If you miss, let's say 7 days, that's a week of work. You almost miss that anyway. I mean, it's not close, but you're only paying like $100 or $150 out of your pocket instead of $500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But yeah, if it was a normal jail, then yeah, I'd definitely just pay the $500 fine. But if it was the magical, mythical, wonderful jail that you talked about, then yeah, I'd go.
I have another one for you here, Colter.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Wanted man Christopher Wallace posts hiding spot on Snapchat.
Oh, I read this too.
A man wanted for burglary in central Maine avoided arrest until he revealed his hiding spot on Snapchat. Police in Somerset County had been searching for Christopher Wallace for his involvement in a January burglary of cooking equipment, because why wouldn't anybody want to steal that?
Yeah.
Wallace allegedly stole a propane cook stove and a cast-iron wood stove from a camp in Pierce Pond Township. On Sunday, Wallace posted on Snapchat that he was back in his home in Fairfield. After tipsters relayed that info to police, authorities showed up looking for the fugitive. They had no initial luck finding Wallace in his home, but then Wallace posted a second time on Snapchat saying that the police were in his house looking for him, and he was hiding in a cabinet.
That's so stupid. Like, we hear people doing this all the time, like posting on Facebook or Twitter and stuff like that while they're on the run from the cops, and it's just ridiculous. What? Have they never watched a movie ever? Because, I mean, in every movie you don't have your phone on you or anything, you just throw it. Otherwise they could possibly trace you. What's
This article would make the Huffington Post without that last part, but with it, it makes it just
like, you idiot? Here, let me hide in this cabinet and Snapchat.
So they figured out that he was at his home from Snapchat, and then he posted another thing on Snapchat.
Yeah, good for him.
When they're in the home.
Good for him. He knows how to do stuff. Enjoy your time in jail.
I don't think he'd go to jail.
Well,
but...
he fled the cops.
Well, not really.
Well, they were trying to get him for a long time. So, maybe. Brandon.
And then one final one for you, Colter.
Okay.
And we can post this video on our Facebook page at Baldy and the Oaf. A herd of goats gets loose and then chases children. The Seattle police got their goats corralling a group of 10 that had managed to get loose from a yard in the city's Beacon Hill neighborhood. On their website, police say officers responded Thursday afternoon to a report that the loose goats were chasing a group of children. After a brief chase of their own, police managed to herd the goats back into a pen. Animal control officers were called to contact the goat's owner.
Attack of the Goats, I think, is probably going to be the next Sharknado. Goats could be terrifying. When they run at you, start screaming and stuff, that'd be absolutely just horrifying.
I'm watching this footage. It is it's not as good as I was hoping, but
but goats could be terrifying. A lot of people are scared of geese.
Goats could be menacing.
Yeah.
Don't they spit?
Or
is that
a llama thing?
Camel? Oh, well, same thing.
Llama. I've seen camel spit too, though. But yeah, goats do spit.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
You've seen them spit?
I have, actually. I have seen a live camel. I've pet a live camel.
Really?
Yeah. And a giraffe.
At a zoo? Or just at your house?
Both. No, I never pet a giraffe, but I did pet a camel. It was at we used to go to a different church, and for the Christmas thing, like, they'd have a camel walk down the aisle in the church.
Funny.
It was cool. But,
alright, so, what?
But yeah.
I have a little bit for, some video gaming news. We have, so this is a little bit of a spoiler for your recommendation for the day, but we have the list of the free games in April.
Yep. There's a couple okay ones.
Or not free, just the ones that are on sale and stuff. Let me pull it up real quick. First off, on the Xbox 360. Hang on. Okay. Or is this Xbox One? Sorry. Xbox 360, I mean.
Would you make up your mind?
I don't know how okay. From April 1st to 15th on the 360, it'll be Gears of War Judgment and Terraria?
Yep.
Will be free on the 360.
Those are both really good games. I wish one would get good games like that.
And then it goes on to say that Judgment is the latest game in the Gears of War series.
It sure is.
And that Terraria is basically 2D Minecraft.
It is.
From April 16th through the 31st, it'll be Assassin's Creed 4. Black Flag. And that... I said Frag.
I know.
I can't talk. An Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel, at no cost.
I played the first Army of Two, and I freaking loved it. It had a unique mechanic switching back and forth between those two characters.
Is that the newest Assassin's Creed?
Oh, it's the second newest one. Unity is the newest one. But yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
That is, I think, the highest rated Assassin's Creed ever.
You know what they want to do here? I mean, it pretty much goes without saying, is that they just want people to be back on Xbox 360. They want to keep, people playing it or wanting to play it.
A lot of people from 360 went to PS4, and if they're giving away these great games, they're going to have people going back to 360 just to play the free game. So it's a decent marketing strategy. I just wish they get better ones on Xbox One, so that way they could persuade new people to come to their new console. And
finally, for Xbox One, you don't get as good of a game. You get Child of Light.
That is
and
a phenomenal game, by the way.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about this little girl, and you have to... She's really... It's like an RPG indie game done by Ubisoft, the people that make Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. And...
Isn't it like a storytelling game, too?
Yeah. Well, no, not really. It's more of a gameplay mechanic than like Telltale, but it is really fun, and it's beautiful, and it's really artsy style. It's definitely worth it. It was up contender for Game of the Year last year for a lot of places, so...
And then Pool Nation FX is free. And it appears to be a good game.
Really?
From what it says on here, yeah. It says, if you're looking for a free billiards game with spot-on physics and a gorgeous, thoughtful RPG... I'm guessing the RPG is for Child of Light and not Pool Nation.
Yeah, I hope so.
But...
Unless you, like, upgrade your stats to get better at pool as you play.
Could be. Yeah. Nice. I just got a notification that my H&M order is on the way.
Nice. All your clothes and goodies.
I'm excited. Not gonna lie.
Should be.
All right, and then do you have anything else you want to add to our gaming news? Reviews?
Oh, Bloodborne got a review. Bloodborne is like, you've heard of Dark Souls, right?
No.
Dark Souls is supposedly like the hardest, like one of the hardest game franchises out there. And Bloodborne is made by the same people. It's an Xbox exclusive, or PlayStation exclusive. And it got a 9.1 on IGN. And this game is terrifying, brutal, and like probably one of the hardest games out there right now. So if you have a PlayStation 4, definitely pick up Bloodborne. It's supposedly worth it, and it looks epic.
Are you familiar with Dark Souls 2?
I know. Yeah, I know it. I've never.
So this is interesting. Not just for the not the game itself, but so they're coming out with a remastered version on PC. And do you want to know how much it's going to cost you?
$40.
Well, we'll narrow it down. It'll cost you either $20, $30, $40, or $50.
I said 40.
No, it'll be one of those because it'll be either one of 4 price points.
What? I don't understand.
Here is in layman's terms. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, Xbox One, PS4, on those consoles will cost you $59.99.
Yes.
If you get that on the DirectX 9, which is it's like a capability part on your computer, it is $39.99. If you get the upgraded version for DirectX 11, it'll cost you $49.99. Now, the DirectX 11 upgrade price for existing owners of Dark Souls 2 on Steam will cost you $30. DirectX 11 upgrade for existing owners of Dark Souls 2 and all DLC on Steam will cost you $19.99. As for transferring your save data over, that doesn't have a single answer either. Sorry about these bad sentences. Players staying on Xbox 360, PS3, or the DX9 version can move their saves, whereas those going from any of those versions to the Xbox One, PS4, or DX11 versions cannot. And my mind is fried.
I almost understood something that you said there.
Did I just learn a second language?
I think so.
That was absolutely... You know that SpongeBob where Patrick is like has the flickering on his brain?
Which one?
When he's like, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
It sounded
to me.
like that.
That's weird and incredibly confusing.
That is extremely confusing. I like a challenging game, but I don't think I want that challenging of a game. Because you die repeatedly, and you get disciplined for dying, so the checkpoints are not very often, and it's such a hard game.
Yeah, I regret going to that article. But,
Yeah. Well, I think we should wrap things up. Maybe keep it a shorter podcast today.
Oh, all right. Do you have a recommendation for the day?
I do. If you have an Xbox One, there's a free Fast and the Furious game, and it is actually really good from what I've read so far. It's done by the people that do Forza Horizon, and completely worth it. Otherwise, it'll be $10. Yeah, check it out. It's not very big, but it's fun.
WrestleMania 31 is tomorrow night.
It is.
You can watch that on the WWE Network for only $9.99. No commitment. And you will get to watch Triple H versus Sting, Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker, and the World Heavyweight Championship match between Brock Lesnar, who re-signed with the WWE, we didn't mention that, and Roman Reigns. For Colter, my name is Brandon, and we appreciate you joining us on our 20th podcast. We will see you next time.
Bye!